Hello everybody, welcome to today's tutorial in which we will cover the processing of different payment types and how to deal with the variables. There are of course other payment methods that are not addressed in this tutorial, and they'll be covered in future training sessions. Our learning objectives for this tutorial are going to be covering the different payment types most commonly used, and the advantages and disadvantages of each of those payment types, process improvement initiatives if you're so inclined, and reporting and management dashboards, and last but not least, the application of the cash depending on the type of payment variable that you're dealing with. The method for processing payment types and reconciling each of those different payment types will vary from company to company. Best practices should include documented process flows, a delegation of authority and reconciliation, and of course a policy for managing and clearing disputes. Now, every organization has a preferred method of making and accepting payments. While there are some similarities in how payments are received and processed, each payment type will have a variable that usually requires process flows and documentation to ensure accurate and timely payment. I'll get into this in further detail in future slides. But no matter which payment type your company offers or how your customer chooses to pay, there will be advantages and disadvantages to each type of payment process that you're referring to. Now, to ensure posting accuracy and audit compliance, you will also require document management solutions to store your payment and remittance information, because inevitably you will have a chargeback or a dispute that will have to be researched. And not having immediate access to your documents, which could be a copy of an order or an invoice or return authorization, you are going to have a lot of research that's unnecessary. So it's important that you look at the full scope of what you're doing when you're setting up a payment process, and how the vendors that you're dealing with and the customers you're dealing with will behave. Now, depending on the nature of your business, your customer type and your organization will probably have a dominant payment type that you are willing to accept or do accept from your customer base. Approving, processing, reconciling varies from company to company, vendor to vendor, customer to customer, and technology to technology. I'll try to cover some of those in these further slides. However, it's important to note that when you're dealing with cash, checks, debit or credit cards, or ACH, which are all the most common methods of payment, you will have different types of infrastructure that you'll have to have in place. You'll have different policies and practices for dealing with disputes, reconciliations, chargebacks, and fraud. And all of that needs to be documented for each type of payment method that you're accepting through your accounts receivable.